Okay, this is a basic Twitter scraper in ScraperWiki, and if you go into edit, you can see the code. I have here the query is hashtag DDJ, which is the hashtag for data journalism, and I have the ID being used to save each tweet to the data store in ScraperWiki. And now the ID is the unique set of numbers that comes in the status of each tweet. So I'll set this running, and it's going to go and scrape Twitter looking for any of the tweets with hashtag DDJ. And so if we wait for this to finish, these are all the ones that are currently on Twitter. It's taken 12 seconds. We go back to the scraper tab and you can see it in the data store, save the unique ID, and it's got URLs in it. Now what I want to do with this is I don't want to save it as the unique ID, I want to save the actual URL. So every time, if we have this real-time scraping Twitter, every time a hashtag associated with a major news event like an earthquake, a tsunami, student riots, or uprising in the Middle East, you can set it running, and what it will say for you is the first person to have used a URL. And the URL should be things like links to a YouTube video, twit pics, links to a picture, or it could be a blog entry, it could be a newly set Facebook page, or could be a link to a news report. Now, what we want to do is you want to see who are the people sending out source images and videos. Now, my main concern is that people use shortened URLs, and the URL underlying it could be the same, so I need to unpack them. So I know that the very, very good Twitter search site Topsy does such a thing, and they have their Otter API. So I'm going to try and use a mashup of their Otter API to unpack the URLs and save all the source ones. So along with that, I want to make a visualization because I want to see how these sources are connected. Because in theory, if you have something like a massive uprising or student protest, big news events where people are organizing on the ground via Twitter, your sources should start linking up and finding each other and forming networks. And these are things not only that you should be able to trust, but as a journalist, you'd want to follow and look into. So this is going to use Social Graph instead of Twitter to look for their connectivities. And I'm going to build, this is using ProtoViz, and it's done by Tony Hurst or Psyche Media, where it's looking at a term, DDJ, and the people using it, it's showing all their connections. So what I want is all the sources and then also the links to these. And this should be a way to isolate your sources on Twitter for major events that are giving you videos and pictures. That's the theory. So it involves a scraper I already have, two APIs and a code in ProtoViz. So hopefully I'll get that done.